Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review today. No mail call or nothing, we actually are returning with the action figure reviews as we got something really special in hand. But first I want to point out the little light sign back there. It's not lit up right now because it kind of looks stupid on camera lit up with all the lights and shit, but got something a little unique there. I feel like it'll fit nice in like the stage area or something like that down the line, but that's besides the point. Today we've got two figures for you, two really unique one-of-one pieces, something you'll never see anywhere else, plus a little bit of extras, as I forgot he was sending me some stuff along with these customs that are in this little envelope. So if you didn't hear the word customs right, let me repeat that again. Customs, as we got something here from my boy Casey on Instagram. And if you guys don't know who he is, well, I would highly recommend you check him out. I emptied the envelope, as you can see, so let's just throw that to the side and let's open this up first before we get into the main batch of customs, because he did say he left a little business card, so at least I want to say he said he did. Yes, he did. So as you can see, we've got his little business card here. He specializes in drawing and stuff like that too, and I will say you'll definitely see that on the customs. You really will. And well, here's his Instagram and stuff like that. All I'm gonna say is just much love to you, my dude. And getting into some of the extras here, of course, we got some RVD hands here, just a little bit of interchangeability on the RVD. And he also tossed me a couple of Cena shirts and jersey. Well, a Cena shirt and jersey, I should specify. A couple of cloth goods for my Cenas. One we might be working on later down the line to have as a custom made, and the other one might be for something that I'm working on with them down the line. Just a nice little teaser into the future. But enough said about the future. It's time to get into the now. And well, right now we've got one out of my two favorite wrestlers here in a custom action figure design, something I guarantee, unless I mentioned it before on any of my videos, which feel free if you guys have ever heard me say anything about it, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But I will say, just slowly opening this up is actually insane. It's crazy to think about. But first things first, we've got Rob Van Dam here in a Spider-Man themed gear, Ultimate Edition too, which makes it all the much more better, because who knows when we'll ever get another Ultimate Edition Rob Van Dam here. And as I mentioned, all the drawing stuff, like he made these like logos unique. He like hand painted these on here and everything. From the Spider-Man skull design here where he's like pulling down the mask, to taking like a one-of-one recreation of the back logo on the Sam Raimi suit and putting it on here, the animated Spider-Man font on the Van Dam. Got a little 420 action there for all my weed heads, I guess you could say, and the perfect scan to be saying that with too. His RVD is cheesing, and I love this head scan, I can't even lie. Like, it is pretty damn perfect all the way around. Standard kick pads as well. We didn't need to go for anything special on the kick pads themselves, but I will say too, like, just seeing the logos carry on underneath here is actually so surreal, and he actually did go out of his way to make it, so this should be fully playable. Like, I could use this in the Fed if I really wanted to, and well, I will be careful with it, but oh man, this is so surreal to actually have this in hand right now. Like, I don't know. After waiting for a fairly decent amount of time, letting him take his time and cook this up. This is just amazing. I hope that's been staying in frame for a decent chunk of that little speech there. But we've got Spider Van Dam here, all in his glory. Let's try to get him all posed up in a nice Van Dam pose. There we go. Let's put him down here. Of course, if you guys do follow Casey on Instagram already, I will say you do know what's coming next. And I am really stoked about this one as well, as he is my second favorite wrestler of all time. So, makes sense to get a couple of custom made and have them be my favorite wrestlers, out of all the ones I've ever watched. And hopefully I don't take too much time just getting this open, but I will say, while I'm getting this open, I do actually have my girlfriend in here. She is getting to witness this for the very first time with her own two eyes too, as I am also getting to, and I'm pretty sure she's actually kind of amazed by some of the paint work this guy has done already. I know I am. I don't know, she might be a little too timid to speak on the camera, but that's fine by me.
I think it looks fine. It looks good.
Well,
and
there you
Casey,
go.
You did a good job if you watch this.
Oh, I'm sure he will, as I'm gonna send this over to him. But anywho, second custom of the night, we've got CM Gabi here, as I've been calling him throughout the customizing process. Now, the fun story here with CM Gabi is originally it was just RVD and a John Cena, hence the John Cena clothing. But something happened with the Cena, nothing too bad. We're gonna work on it down the line, but he wanted to get me something he knew I could have in hand, knowing I paid for 2 customs already. And he had this CM Punk laying around, and well, I couldn't help myself. I said, fuck it, let's do a CM Punk up. Let's see what you can come up with. I gave him a couple of ideas, like the Goblin Bomb here on the trunks. But he kind of came up with the main idea for how the design pattern itself should go. And well, he nailed it. I can't say I'm complaining one bit. I love the green. I love the yellow, the purple. The way it looks on the just figure all the way around is nice. Especially the glossy look on it. It's not super glossy, but it's glossy enough on that purple to where you can just notice the nice little shine to it. And then of course with this CM Punk, he's got the chest tattoo up in there, and it does continue underneath the figure too, so just kind of like a modern day Mattel fig. That's always nice to see. But he also did paint the tattoos you will never see on here, like the out of step Pepsi tattoo here. He painted in the little boot here, which you might see the boot, but you don't tend to see it filled in. Same thing with this Spitfire tattoo. You'll never see this with the G.I. Joe logo. Just amazing work there. He's got the finger tattoos that we'll never see, and if we do, I will be amazed. But just all the way around, just phenomenal work here, as I'm trying to get it to focus on the fingers well enough to where you guys can see them. If not, I'm definitely going to take some pictures for you guys to see this in all of its glory. Of course, we've got the Princess Leia and Han Solo knee tattoos as well, and those are looking almost like, I don't know exactly how I want to put it, but they are perfectly done. These are almost so perfect, I would have believed that Mattel freshly just printed these on there. And that's how good this man's work is. Straight up, this is how good this guy works. All hand painted, all just thoughtfulness put into this, as he wanted to make these customs some of the not just most accurate customs, but some of the best customs he's put out there so far. And with that being said, all I can really say is thank you, Casey, again, for not just making every penny I spent on these two worth it, but just for taking the time to not just cook these up, but to take insight on ideas I wanted to incorporate into these. You came up with a couple of ideas on your own, surprised me with a few of them, and I absolutely loved them. In my opinion, I love letting the artist cook on things like this especially, and that's how we ended up with this mask design over here. That's how we ended up with the Goblin Bomb in a sense. Like, I came up with the concept, but he did it, and he like finessed it, and he did it all flawlessly. He took the time to make sure it had all the tattoo decals, and just everything is like minty fresh here. I can't say I'm complaining one bit. Like I said, every penny well spent. And well, realistically, if I'm gonna be quite honest with you, this is gonna be the one and only time I think you'll ever hear me say any wrestling figures are a 10 out of 10, and it's because I had to pay that premium dollar just to get something like this. And the fun little story about all of it at the end of the day is, you know, when Derek was just a wee little boy, and I always envisioned how I would get my first ever custom done, or I would get a custom made. I always figured I'd do something Spider-Man related, and of course I did it, but I never envisioned it would be like so picture perfect in the sense. And on top of it, just a small little thing before we go, because I guess I'm gonna just make like a small little Spider-Man collection out of wrestling figures. And I only say it like that because knowing these guys were on the way, I actually went out of my way to pick up the Rey Mysterio. That this is actually an official release, so this just kind of like shows you how well these customs compare to an actual official Mattel release here. And just amazing. Chef's kiss, you know, just absolute fucking like fantastic, amazing. I can't even put it into words.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I really can't. Thank you again, Casey, for the amazing work you do here in the community. If people aren't saying you are number one, I'm saying you are number one, because I feel like I don't see enough people doing hand-painted work like this on the level you are. I've seen a lot of people do decals. I've seen a lot of people do the standard customizing that I've seen for years and years. But I don't think, since I've been a small young boy, I've ever seen someone on the level of this man. So, showing his card off one more time. If you guys want any sort of custom wrestling action figure, highly recommend an Eddie Guerrero on top of that too, because he really loves doing those. You've got my boy Casey Heights here, highly recommended to you guys. And he's done plenty of customs for other people in the community too. Someone who I actually just recently did commentary for, nonetheless, in Grand State Wrestling. He's got a couple of customs made by this guy too. So it's not just me who buys his figs. You've got other people who are feting with some of these figures too. So just keep that in mind when you are buying from them, that 9 times out of 10 you are going to get a fully playable figure. And I know I didn't really show that much off here, but that's just because, if anything, I want to wait to pose these up for when I actually take the pictures and all that amazing goodness. And realistically, sadly, I gotta work, so I'm gonna be doing most of that tomorrow after I record this video, before I go see NXT live. So that's a fun little thing to throw out there. But before I make this too long, if you guys enjoyed the video today, I hope you did as much as I did, because honestly, this is like a dream come true. Not just in one figure, but two, as we've got like 2 Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, and oh, that just touches my heart. But speaking of touching my heart, no diddy, if you guys could, like I mentioned, feel free to leave a like. Also, if you guys want to, feel free to comment if you guys want to comment. Maybe give me an idea as to what kind of custom I should invest my money in next. Try to keep it Spider-Man related though. But either way, if any of those 2 things don't interest you, hopefully the idea of maybe subscribing interests you today. You know, we're on the road to 600 subscribers, and with that being said, we are currently sitting at 512 subscribers. Not too bad. You know, we've been kind of fluctuating up and down on the subscriber scale as of late. We've went from like 510 to 511, back down to 510, back up, back down. Now we're up to 512. Hopefully it'll stay. If it don't, womp womp, I guess. It's not the end of the world. But you know what is the end of the world? The fact that I'm gonna have to end this video. So have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone. I just wish my camera would stay in focus a little bit better. But maybe I should learn to start locking it when I have it sitting in one spot. But either way, on that note, like I said, have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone. But if anything, just remember, stay defiant.